Hello everybody and welcome back to another fresh new season of MBHL on the ball, covering all the action during this Fall 13 season. As always, I return as your host, Matthew LaFleur-Harewood. We're already well into the season, with most teams having played half of their games already, so let's get straight into it. Our first game comes from the D-League and has Burning Men taking on Terminators. Burning Men sit in 4th place with a 3-1-1 record, 3 points behind first place Terminators, who are undefeated through 6 games. Burning Men are coming off a tie against Piranhas in their last outing, while Terminators will be looking for their 4th consecutive win. This game starts with Burning Men attacking as Dave Yarou gets 2 good cracks in front of Donnie Broccolini. Now with Terminators on the power play, the point shot doesn't make it to the net, but Norm Plouffe gets robbed by Yannick Ben-Canouche on the rebound. Late in the first period, Troy Ellis walks in on Broccolini, but doesn't have enough room to finish off his play. Terminators will get on the board first with 3 minutes remaining in the period. Justin Cibar goes for the ball in the corner after 2 missed shots, turns, and beats the Burning Men goalie up high from a tough angle. Fast forward just a minute later, Eyal Artsy does the same as Cibar, turning and shooting, but this time, it's Steph Cibar who picks up the rebound up close to make it a 2-0 game. Now in the second, a perfect pass sends Chris Kalou on a partial breakaway, but Tasso Adamakopoulos disturbs him enough to break up the play. Back the other way on a 2-on-1, Misha Artsy redirects the ball through Ben-Canouche's legs, but somehow the ball doesn't cross the line. With the score now 3-0, the ball will bounce out from behind the net straight to a streaking Plouffe, who buries the ball high past the goalkeeper to make it 4-0 Terminators. Burning Men would finally break Broccolini's shutout bid halfway through the second period. A nice passing play leaves Troy Ellis alone in the slot, and he beats Broccolini blocker side. It's 4-1 Terminators. Looking to add to their lead later in the frame, Ben-Canouche does everything he can to prevent that, stopping Claude Cibar on a partial break. With 4 minutes left of the game, Justin Cibar is sent in all alone on a breakaway. He serves Ben-Canouche with a beautiful backhand forehand deep, leaving him an empty cage for his second goal of the night and giving the Terminators a 5-1 lead. Terminators would go ahead and score another goal before the end of the game for the 6-1 win. 6 players had multi-point games, with Claude Cibar leading the pack with 3. With the win, the Terminators remain undefeated, while the Burning Men dropped their second game of the season. Terminators outshot Burning Men 29-21. Game 2 also features 2 teams from the D-League, with United Arms facing off with Ballers. United Arms are in 6th place, tied for 5th with 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie, good for 5 points. Ballers have yet to win a game this season and find themselves in last place while only scoring 7 goals in 5 games. United Arms lost a close 2-1 game versus the Outlaws last week, while Ballers were shut out by Happy Hour. We start Game 2 with United Arms buzzing around James Figueroa's net in the Ballers zone. Viken Jan Bestian gets a good chance up close before feeding Armin Papazian in the slot, who shoots just wide of the net before Figueroa covers up. While on the power play, Papazian loses the ball at the blue line, sending Jason Secchiano on a 2-on-2 attack. He steps around his defender before beating Gerard Folano with a nice forehand deke to make it 1-0 Ballers. Still on the man advantage, Garo Muralian makes his way down the right-hand boards before feeding Daniel Charbonneau a beautiful pass in the slot. He doesn't miss a shot from there, and it's a 1-1 game. With 10 minutes left in the period, we witness a beautiful tic-tac-toe play between Felix Camille, Kyle Dana, and Steve Nelson, with Nelson finishing off the play with a snipe shot high on Folano. Not much the goalie could do there. Ballers reclaim the lead. 5 minutes later, United Arms work hard behind the red line. Muralian cuts behind the net before finding Christian Kalashian in front for the easy tap-in behind Figueroa. Tie game once again. Just 40 seconds after tying the game, we're treated to another beautiful play from Ballers. This time, it's Mike Nelson who finishes off Steve and Dana's play. Ballers have their 3rd lead of the game. Looking to keep his team in the game, Folano comes up big on this next play, stoning Gabriel Roy-Leroux with a pad save on the rebound. Just like they did twice already in the game, United Arms will find a way to tie it up at 3 before the end of the first, when Jan Bessian picks up the loose ball in the slot and beats Figura up high. Now in the second period, the Nelson brothers and Dana strike again. Steve and Dana break down on a partial 2-on-1 break that ends with Steve putting the ball right on Dana's stick, who redirects it to the back of the net. 4-3 Ballers. For the fourth time in the game, United Arms would tie the game up at 4 before Mike Nelson finishes the play from his brother to give the Ballers their 5th and last lead of the game. The Ballers would score another to win the game 6-4. With the win, the Ballers end a 5-game losing streak and at the same time collect their first W of the season. The trio of Kyle Dana, Steve, and Mike Nelson combined for 4 goals and 6 assists in the game. The loss brings United Arms under 500 with a 2-3-1 record. The shots were tight, with Ballers having the 28-26 edge. For our third game, we head over to the A-League to find Stacked going head-to-head with Barracudas. Stacked are third in the 6-team league with 4 points in 5 games, while Barracudas sit last with a 1-3-1 record. Goals have been hard to come by for Barracudas with just 12 goals scored, while Stacked have the most in the league with 25. Barracudas will have to slow down Stacked high-powered offense to win this game. Game 3 starts with Stacked attacking in the Barracuda zone. Matt Hart wins his battle along the boards and breaks in on a mini 2-on-1. He sends a crisp pass to Dave Viando, who tips it past Jamie Collister. Stacked take the lead. Now at the other end of the rink, Ryan Kelly battles hard to get possession behind the net before finding Jimmy Sirois in the slot, only to see his shot hit the post behind Bobby Ivokovic. Still in Stacked zone, Pat O'Neill finds Darren Hill in the slot. His shot misses to the left of Ivokovic, but O'Neill pounces on the rebound off those lively boards to tie his game up at 1 apiece. Barracudas look to grab the lead moments later off a face-off win, but Ivokovic absolutely robs Hill up close with a Hasek-like save. One worth a second look. Barracudas putting a lot of pressure to gain the lead, but they can't beat the Stacked netminder, who makes another big save on Sirois. With the score now 2-1 Stacked, Hart wins the battle in the corner with Hill before finding Viando cross-crease for the one-timer that beats Collister glove side. The lead is extended to 2. Barracudas would cut that lead down to 1 before the end of the period. Hill finds Sirois, who breaks down on the far side boards. His snapshot beats the netminder low inside to make this a 3-2 game. Sirois looks to strike again before the end of the first, but once again, Ivokovic makes the sprawling save to keep his team up by 1. Now in the second, new period, same outcome. Sirois, O'Neill, and Hill buzz around the net, but fail to register a single shot on goal on this play. With just over a minute left in the game and the score now 4-2 Stacked, Ivokovic tries to clear the ball out by himself, but hits Hill, who was crashing in. A melee ensues with Sirois picking up the ball and sending his backhand to the back of the net, making it a 1-goal game. Unfortunately for Barracudas, Stacked would score 2 empty net goals to win it 6-3. The loss is Barracuda's 4th in 6 games this season, while the win brings Stacked back to 500 hockey with a 3-3 record. Dave Viando finished the night with 5 points, including a hat-trick, while Hart finished with 4 points. Sirois and Hill had multi-point games for Barracudas. The shots were even at 22 all. We scoot back over to the D-League for our 4th game of the night, with Outlaws facing off with Piranhas. Outlaws are 3rd in the league with 7 points, while Piranhas are tied with Terminators heading into tonight's contest. Outlaws have won their 2 last games, outscoring their opponents 11-2 in those games, while Piranhas will look to stay undefeated this season. This game begins with Outlaws coming out on the attack. Stéphane Trudel gets the ball at the blue line and waits for some help. He finds Jonathan Hubert, who gets stopped twice by Chris Cameron. Now in Outlaws zone, Martin Caron fails to clear the zone, giving Sean Fox not 1, but 2 good chances up close on Eric Ladouceur. Outlaws get on the board first. Olivier Legault leaves the ball for JF Houpe at the blue line. The Outlaws sniper breaks in on Cameron and beats him with a nifty backhander to give his team the 1-0 lead. Outlaws keep buzzing deep in Piranha's zone. Houpe gets another crack at Cameron up close, but this time the netminder steers him away. Piranhas will tie the game with just over 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Peter Pageant wins the battle at the blue line and finds Mike McDougall cross ice, who then returns the ball to Pageant for the tap-in. Tie game. Before the end of the period, Piranhas would grab the lead in the game. Craig Cornone's shot misses the net, but Dino Foglietta bats the ball out of midair to beat Ladouceur short side. Great hand-eye coordination. Now in the second, Outlaws strike early. Trudel finds Houpe, who then finds Caron up close. A scrum ensues in front of the net, and Houpe chips the ball over Cameron to tie the game back at 2. Looking for more moments later, Hubert is sent in on a breakaway against Cameron, who makes the blocker save to keep it tied. Off a face-off in the Outlaw zone, Ladouceur has to make a big save in front of Pageant to preserve the tie. With 5 minutes remaining in the game, Foglietta wins his battle and enters the Outlaw zone. He finds Jimmy Goral breaking in the middle, and his shot will beat Ladouceur low blocker side to give Piranhas the 3-2 lead. 3 minutes later, Goral and Pageant exchange the ball before Pageant releases a howitzer that blows by Ladouceur up high to extend the lead to 2 with little time left on the clock. Piranhas would score another in an empty net to claim the 5-2 victory. With the win, Piranhas stayed tied with Terminators atop the standings with identical 5-0-2 records. JF Houpe had both goals for his team, while Goral and Pageant each had 2 for theirs. Cameron was stellar in nets, stopping 20 of 22 shots, while Ladouceur didn't fare as well, stopping 18 of 23. Our last game of the night comes from the A-League and pits Flower Tatoes against Green Army. Flower Tatoes are first in the A-League and are the last remaining undefeated team, while Green Army are second, 1 point behind. They both have evenly matched stats, which should prove to be an exciting game. Flower Tatoes beat Green Army 2-0 in their first meeting of the season. We start this game off with Vijay Oberoi starting from behind his net. He looks ahead to Azum Chaudhry and sends a Hail Mary pass that falls perfectly for the streaking forward. Chaudhry picks it up and goes to his backhand to beat Joel Belzile 5-hole. Just a beautiful play. Perhaps trying to mimic their last goal, Mike Sikonolfi sees his outlet pass from behind the net intercepted, but Nicolas Baudet makes an incredible glove save on Eric Paquin. A save that definitely needs another look. Sikonolfi gets another chance for a breakout, and this time makes a tape-to-tape pass to Ryan Dussault, who can't beat Belzile on the breakaway. Now in the second period, Chris Gagnon's initial shot is stopped, but Kevin Babin grabs the rebound and finds a streaking Jérémy Savoie, who beats Baudet with a wrister to tie the game up at 1. Green Army regains the lead 2 minutes later. Anthony Mirola makes a sweet dangle to get around his defender before making an even sweeter pass to Faisal Shahabuddin, who taps the ball in to put his team up by 1. With the Green Army on the penalty kill, Flower Tatoes strike. Marc Paquin's point shot is stopped, but the rebound gets to Louis Verano at the side of the net, who has an open cage in front of him. He won't be missing from there. We have ourselves a tie game. Flower Tatoes get another power play later in the period, but can't convert with Baudet making a nice glove save on Marc Paquin. With just over 5 minutes remaining in the period, Green Army set up shop in Tato's zone. Chaudhry picks up the rebound in front of the net and buries his second of the night to give Green Army the 3-2 lead. 1 minute after that goal, Chaudhry has the ball deep in the zone. He finds Dussault open at the blue line. He winds up and fires a laser that gets through traffic and to the back of the net, stretching the lead to 2 with 4 minutes remaining. With 40 seconds left in the game, Flower Tatoes go for the Hail Mary of their own. The ball is fumbled at the blue line and Chris Guerra goes in alone, but can't beat the Green Army goalie, while Eric Paquin sees his shot hit the crossbar. Green Army wins this one by a final score of 4-2. The Flower Tatoes lose their first game of the season, and with the win, Green Army take possession of first place in the A-League. Azum Chaudhry was the most dangerous player with 2 goals and 1 assist in the game. Baudet faced 26 shots, while Belzile faced 23. The season series tied 1-1. It's now time for the worst play of the night. For that, we head back to the Barracudas vs. Stag game where Bobby Ivokvic's clearing attempt hits Darren Hill on a play that ultimately leads to Jimmy Sirois' second goal of the night. A move that Ivokvic might like to think twice about the next time. And now, for your highlight of the night. We go back to the game we just saw, where Mike Sikonolfi sees his outlet pass from behind the net get intercepted, but is saved by his goalie, Nicolas Baudet, who makes an incredible glove save on Eric Paquin. A save that both will definitely remember for a long, long time. That's the end of our first episode for the fall 2013 season here on MBHL on the Ball. We've already seen some great saves and even greater goals. I can't wait to see what the rest of the season has in store for us. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Till next time, I'm Matthew LaFleur Harwood. Have yourselves a great day.